Hello and good evening and welcome to the Agora Models Build the ROUTEMASTER. We're on pack 9. So pack 9 stages 89 and stages 90 if we get around to it, if we're lucky enough to get around to it tonight. We've got a massive build for you to do tonight, and it's a massive lot of progress we're going to put onto the bus. So I've altered my cameras, I've got the bus on the table, and yeah, we're almost ready and raring to go. So we've got lots and lots to do. And yeah, I've got a co-host tonight. He's also built the bus, and our co-host is Horlix.
Hey, hello everyone, good evening. Yeah, welcome to today's stream. Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. So yeah, and as you can see from Horlix's picture, if I just bring Horlix back up again, if you look in the top corner near the Agora models, you'll see that there's his bus, all lights shining and flashing, and all the bee's knees is Horlix's bus up there. It's doing almost everything. So yeah, and that's what we want to attain to our blue one when we're doing the blue and white one. So we're hoping to do all the bits and pieces to it like that, aren't we? So yeah. Okay, so we have got a massive issue to get through tonight, and yeah, so we're going to calm things down a bit, and we're going to go through the chat in a minute, and I'm going to be running to these instructions. I'm just going to show you these instructions. Come on, where's my mouse? There we go. So we're going to be doing 89, which is work on the top, work on the lower deck and the upper deck. So we're doing the upper deck framework, but before that we're putting the lower deck roof onto the bus. So we've got a lot of things to do on this one. We've got all the stanchions to put in. We've got all the stickers to put in. So the stickers like that in step 1 there. We've got all the stickers to put in. And then we've got to fasten the roof on as well with JP screws, good old JP screws. And so at the end of this issue, this stage, hopefully, we'll end up with our ROUTEMASTER looking something like that. Okay, all being well. I may or may not do the sides, the metal sides on the upper deck. I'll decide when we get to it a little bit further on. And that's because I've already put the roof on that section, but I have got the electrics to put on it. So there's things that we can do to swing it around a little bit. And then there's obviously, we've got stage 90 to do as well. And that's fitting the ceiling frame to the upper deck. So, and that's completing all the ceiling framework on the upper deck of the bus. Okay. But before we get there, we've got to go through a lot of chat, haven't we, Horlix?
Yes, yeah.
So I'm going to come back to StreamYard and remove that. And I'll let you start with the chat, and then I'll change my camera.
Okay, yeah. So first in tonight is Dee Harris with a good evening again, Sir Dave.
Good evening, Dee, and thanks for joining us.
We have Warren James. Hi all, good luck tonight, Dave.
Hi, Warren.
Hi, Warren. We have Mark's Modz. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Mark.
Alex Demetrius. Good evening, all who are watching the show tonight, and good luck with your build, Dave.
Thank you, Alex. Thanks for joining.
We have Marie. Evening, everyone. Those in chat as well.
Hi, ma'am. Hope you're okay.
And then we've got myself. Hi, DS Models. Looking forward to the show. Hi, all in chat. So, hello.
Hi, Alex.
Gillian. Good evening, everyone. Evening, Gillian.
Hi, Gillian.
Crafty Chris. Hello, everyone in chat tonight.
Hello, darling.
Then we have Darth the MC. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Darth.
Dave Matt Builds says, good evening, everyone. Good luck with your build, Sir Dave, and have a great show and evening to the host. So,
thank you very much, Dave Mac.
And then Dave Matt Builds says, good evening, Warren James, Mark's Modz, Alex Demetrius, Marie, Horlix, myself, Gillian, and Crafty Chris. We got Gillian Dots. Good evening, Dave Matt Builds. Warren James says evening at Dave Matt Builds. Modz says good evening at Dave Matt Builds. Yorkshire Crafter, good evening everybody. Hi Julie.
Hi Julie.
Dave Matt Builds, evening Yorkshire Crafter. David Bassett, good evening Sir Dave say. Ding ding.
Good evening David. Hello.
Alex Demetrius, good evening Horlix. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice. Thank you very much. Hope you're well.
Jolly good.
Dave Matt Builds says evening David Bassett. David Bassett says good evening everyone in chat tonight. Yorkshire Crafter says evening at Dave Matt Builds. David Bassett says hello and evening at Dave Matt Builds, Yorkshire Crafter, Mark Modz, myself, and Alex Demetrius. David Bassett says evening Steve Harris, Daft DMC, and Crafty Chris. Dave Matt Builds says evening to D Harris. And then we have a Facebook user. Good evening.
Good evening. Is that Stuart? Is that Stuart? So it could be.
And then we've got David Bassett. Just come back from the 50th last ever show bus rally from Hertfordshire Showgrounds. Loads of ROUTEMASTERs, including the sister Southend Transport one to the model you were building.
Yeah, I actually saw that in one of your shots, David. Yeah, one of your photographs. Yeah, so you photographed it from the upstairs window, didn't you? So yeah, it's I don't know why it's the last show bus. That is quite a sad occasion, but yeah, 50 years of show bus. That is incredible. So, and would you be surprised if I said that I've never actually been to show bus? So in 50 years, but yeah, so yeah, okay. I think there's a bit more, Alex.
Yep, so then we've got Alex Demetrius saying hello Dave Matt, Crafty Chris, David Bassett, Mark Modz, and to everyone watching this dream of a show with our Dave and Horlix. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex.
And then we've got Yorkshire Crafter saying evening at David Bassett.
Okay.
We are up to date for the minute.
Thank you very much. Right, so what I'm going to do is change my camera. I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to show you the bus. So we have got the bus here, and obviously it's in an awful mess of wiring because it's that's how it is at the minute. So there's wires everywhere. And this has actually been in a box, stored in a box, so it's not got dusty or anything. So, and yeah, we've got all the wires on that's supposed to be on. We've got the upper deck, the lower deck ceiling roof here, and so we've got to really start on our instructions of the parts that we get as well. So I'm using the old Hachette instructions, which are absolutely brilliant. They're in booklet form, and I've got the parts here. So I'm going to just unwrap the parts. I might just move my camera down just a little, just so you can see what I'm doing. I haven't got an awful lot of room. I'm sorry about that, but obviously this bus is ginormous. It is 27.5 inches long. So, and I've got it on a temporary board at the moment, and I've got it on a turntable, so I can maneuver it round. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to unpack this this stage and put it all on the table in front of me, and get all the rattly bits and pieces out of the way before we start building. So be very careful, everyone, because I've just found out that we've got some screws, lots of screws, in fact, and there was on the outside of the package. So be careful of that when you do open it. So we've got 3 lots of screws. We've got GM screws, LP screws, and JP screws, and then we have a little wire. We have a little extension wire, and then we have the roof frame section itself. And I'm going to take that out the packaging. Because it does make an awful lot of racket, does this packaging when you're working on YouTube, of course. So, and then we've got some little sticky pads as well that's in there, so we'll put them to one side as well. So hopefully We've got now the metal roof section, which is absolutely fantastic. This is the first front part of the roof section. We aren't going to be using this at the minute, but I have to obviously show you these parts before we get stuck into the rest of the parts. So we've got 3 lots of screws, as I've said. We've got GM screws, LP screws, and JP screws. We've got a little extension wire N. Okay, and then we've got some sticky pads. And I'm just checking back in the instructions now, and that's all correct. So it says, before starting to fix the LEDs on the cable 76A in place, see step 15, position the cable around the ceiling and make sure that the lengths of the green sections match the distances between the relevant light sockets. Now, I do believe that is in the stages for the upper deck ceiling. Now, I've actually done the upper deck ceiling, which I'll show you later because it's like behind me at the minute. I've actually done the upper deck ceiling on the upper deck, so we've got all the roof stanchions in place on the upper deck, and we did that via a method that was told to us by Alex Demetrius. Thank you very much, Alex Demetrius. He said, well, if you do it in 3 sections, and you can easily get your hand into the, just move this camera a little bit, easily get your hand into the upper deck ceiling, and you can, position them a lot better than what it was if you was putting the whole ceiling lot on. So you'll have to look back in my videos, but we do show you live how that's done, and we do that live. So looking in the instructions now, what we have to do, we have to go for the interior, sorry, the bottom deck roof. We have to put that together along with the screws, which are the JP screws, I believe. Let's just have a quick look and check. Yes, they are JP screws. So I'm going to need quite a few JP screws. I'm going to need an LP screw, and I'm going to need some GM screws later on. And maybe that extension cable can wait until a little bit later on in the build. So, okay. So, is there any more chat, Alex?
Yes, there is a little bit. So we've got David Bassett saying, it's because Dr. Martin Isles, the organizer, is stopping doing it, Dave.
Ah, right.
Okay. Mark Modz says, hi, Alex Demetrius. And David Bassett says, I will post some more I've taken on the Facebook pages later.
Okay, thank you. Thank you ever so much. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually cut some adverts out. I bought some adverts from Peter Curtin, and Peter Curtin's adverts for the interior look a bit like this. So we've got some long ones and some square ones. So they come on sticky back plastic, and you just have to cut them out yourself, and you can then pop them inside your bus. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put some of these adverts inside the bus tonight live whilst you're all watching. So you'll have to bear with me while I do cut some of these out, because I'm going to need my cutting mat down here, and I'm going to need to obviously stick them into the bottom of the bus here and on the roof. And I'll try and show you as best I can while I've got these bits out here, and I can use my craft knife on my cutting mat down here. So it's going to be quite difficult, but you will need a craft knife, and you will need the stickers. You get the stickers from Peter Curtin, but they do come with the build anyway. But if you want to enhance your build, go to Peter Curtin, and he's got some marvelous stickers. I think you can pick up a sheet like this for, I think it's £5, and then you've got a little bit of postage on top, but it's well worth looking at. So look in my description down below, and you'll find Peter Curtin's address via email only as well, please. Okay. And that's if you want to make your bus just that little bit personal to you. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out some of these Horlix to put in the bus. I'm just using my craft knife and just using my cutting mat as well. I'm cutting along, cutting 4 out at a time. Hopefully that will bring up 4, and then I've just got to trim them then, and then I can fit them in. So these are absolutely fantastic stickers. They enhance the bus no end. They really do.
And they're super sticky, aren't they?
Yeah, they are super sticky indeed. So I don't know how much you can see, but I'm concentrating more on cutting these out than I am looking on screen. So I do apologise for that. But obviously I want to get these cut out. And as you all know, it's not that easy when you're doing something live and you want to get it something like. No, that's not come off properly. Let's give that another scoring across there. There we are. That's come off now. There we are. So, and then I've just got to cut these out. So I'll take the end off there. Okay. And as I said, he does the ceiling ones and he does the interior ones, and he does the streamer ones for the outside as well. So if you want to make your bus very individual to yourselves, he will do that no problem at all. So in fact, the blue ROUTEMASTER that we're going to be doing for the South End Transport ROUTEMASTER for Agora, that's going to have its own adverts specifically made by Peter for the Agora Blue ROUTEMASTER. So, and I think I've shown you him in the past. I've shown you the Deedman adverts that go on the side, and I've shown you the ones that go inside as well. So yeah, I'm just cutting these out, and then I'm going to try and unpeel them and put them in this roof here. So let's move that up slightly. And I'm sorry about the camera angles, but it's very, very awkward getting this bus into the camera, and that's only because of the size.
I can vouch for that because I had struggles with mine.
Yeah,
it's so big.
Absolutely. Well, I'm obviously stretching around all my camera and my lights and everything, and trying to get these stuck in as best I can. So hopefully we'll be getting them in nicely, and you'll be able to see them once they're all stuck in.
Okay.
Okay.
To chat, I'll just do them. So we've got Alex Demetrius that says, "Hello, Marks, Modz, and Yorkshire Crafter. I hope you're both okay." Yorkshire Crafter says, "Evening, Alex Demetrius." David Bassett says, "Yes, Peter Curtin's banners and posters are absolutely first class."
They are.
They are indeed, yeah.
They are, yeah. And so sticky I can't get into them. So it's me, I've got no nails.
And the streamers can be stuck to thin magnetic strips. You can change adverts on the bus as well. So that's another nice little mod you could do.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a fantastic bit about these streamer stickers that go on the side. You can get some magnetic strip, which is paper thin, and you can put them on to your sides of your bus and to the stickers, and they look. Yeah, you did, didn't you? And
adverts, Thai food tea and the Jacob's cream crackers. I actually did magnetic strips on mine because where it's on the shelf, it's always going to be on that side. So I thought maybe now and again it'd be nice to swap them around, but I mean, to be fair, I've not done that yet. But
yeah. Well, I've done it on my East Yorkshire one. I've done it on my East Yorkshire bus, and they look absolutely fantastic. So I just put one on for now, and there's lots of other adverts that I can pop on it, and I can't wait to put them on. So when I eventually finish doing YouTube and what have you, I'd like to experiment a bit with a lot of the streamers that I have, just to see which ones look rather nice. Do you know what I mean? So I'd like to experiment as best I can with some of the streamers. So I've got another 2 to do on the roof, and then I'll show you some interior ones as well. So I'll just pick another 2 that I'm gonna.
It's such a shame because when I built my bus, it was on the first run. I don't think Peter Curtin had done this until just after I'd built mine, and it's a lot of the adverts are good, but the problem is obviously there can be a problem with them, like unsticking. Not so much on the smooth parts, but on the bits that are slightly raised.
Yeah.
So as lovely as they are, they're just. I mean, I've been quite lucky, I think, with mine, and there's a lot of the same adverts, so it's sort of alternate. But with that, you've got a variety of adverts, so they can all be different if you wanted.
To make it more personal to your build, more than anything else, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. So, and Peter will do one-offs as well. So, and obviously there is a little charge to come in with that, but he will do one-off adverts if you wish. I do know somebody that's had one done for a funeral director and several others, and he's done some of mine that are one-off ones as well. So, just you would give him retrospectively, you'd give him as much as it was worth to do one-off ones. And if you've got any suggestions of some very popular ones of the era, especially of the 1960s era or even 1970s era, it would be also okay, because Peter's always looking for new ideas. Even though he did say that he wanted to end them at some point in the near future, because obviously he doesn't want to be doing adverts for forever and ever, which you can understand, can't you? Yeah. So,
just to backtrack a bit, the Facebook user that said good evening was Bodie Nut.
Oh, Bodie Nut. Hello, Bodie Nut.
So hello, Bodie.
So he's making a cracking job of that ROUTEMASTER that he's doing on there, which is absolutely fabulous. So time to look at the Facebook group then, I suppose, and mention the Facebook group. We have a Facebook group all about the ROUTEMASTER, the ROUTEMASTER Builds. In fact, I'll just bring that up if I can find my mouse. Okay. We've got lots of Facebooks that are connected with pretty much all the major builds that we do through Hachette or through Agora, and we like to try and promote as best we can the builds from all them, and so we have a specific ROUTEMASTER group for the ROUTEMASTER. So, okay, let me just put this in. And I think, I'm absolutely sure that Bodie Nut is a member of the ROUTEMASTER group, and he's got some fabulous photos on there of his build. Right, there is a couple of places inside here, and I'm going to try and manipulate my camera so that we can see inside. Take the roof off here. Ever so sorry that it's a bit all over the place, but if I bring my camera over and bring it down, okay, I think we'll be able to see pretty much. There's a couple of places inside here. There's one there and there's one here that we can put a couple of adverts, and we can put one at the front as well. So I'm going to have to move things well over to cut some of these out to put them in them specific places. Now I'd like a couple of adverts with buses on inside, so I'm going to cut out a couple of these with buses on, and so it's a case of chatting among yourselves while I get these cut out, and hopefully I won't
have any of those.
I won't be too long. So have you got them on yours, Horlix? I remember.
No, I didn't. Mine are still blank.
On the interior ones, I think Fleetwood J Jason's channel, he actually made some, didn't he, for the interior ones?
Yes, I believe
as well. So again, if you look back on the Facebook group, you'll probably be able to find them, and yeah, you can see them as well. Right, I've picked this one that's in like rainbow colors. Actually looks really good, so it might not show up very well on my camera because my camera's not the best quality in the world. So, but it is absolutely sharp. So I'm going to put this in that corner, I think. Or shall I put it there? No, I think I'll put it just around there, around the corner of the door. So I'll just square it off a little bit because it's a little bit gone off on the corner there. So, okay, that's better. And peel it off its backing. So yeah, Geordie Nut's done lots of things to his ROUTEMASTER as far as I'm aware, and it's looking superb as well. And when this first came out with Hachette, there was a lot of people that said, oh, the quality and oh, this, that and the other, and it's not going to be so good. And then when it came out and it'd been out a little while, goodness me, people then realized how fantastic it actually was. So, and there was a lot of people then that decided to buy it, and a few people also that missed out on the first build, wasn't there? So, because Hachette actually did away with it, and yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. And they actually finished the build, did Hachette, and then it moved over to the lovely people at Agora Models. And so then people who actually missed out actually got another chance to build it through Agora Models, which was absolutely brilliant. And they have it on their site all the time now. So, and I'm pretty sure that you can purchase it all the time. You know, you don't have to be, you don't have to, you know, go back to the start. You can start right at the beginning, and you don't have to start it part way through or anything like that. So right, I'm going to put one right in. Should I put one right in the middle? So let's do that one, the pink one with the drivers and the conductors, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to put one right at the very front. And again, I'm cutting this out with my knife.
We have John's model making in the house. Evening, Dave, in chat.
Hi, John. Thanks for joining. And hope you're well, my friend. And life's treating you all right, you and Anne. And yeah, we're just putting a few of these stickers in the inside and on the lower deck roof before we fit the lower deck roof. And so a bit of finishing off really. So just one more to go on. So yeah, I've got this pink one with, what's it say? Secure and interesting job. Absolutely. It was a secure and interesting job at one time, was bus driving and conducting. So yeah, just got to try and get that in there as best I can. It's not very easy, I can tell you guys, working at this angle. So, but we're We're getting them in as best we can. Okay, so that one's in now. A secure and interesting job for the drivers and conductors. You can't see that, I'm sorry about that, but yeah, it's over towards the front. I'll put that on the front. Okay. Right, I'm going to leave this higher up now, and hopefully I won't get attached to this cable that's running across here, because I think now we've come to the time where we need to put the roof on the bus itself, because I think we've done all the adverts. So I'll just move that over there for a second. Move my craft knife because I don't want to be leaning on that. So I put that away nice and safe. And then I'm not bothered about tidying up. I'll tidy up later. So, right, okay. So I'm just going to go back to the instructions and I'm going to quick look at the instructions, and I'll let you catch up on the chat while I have a slurp of my tea as well.
Absolutely. Okay, so David Bassett says evening at John's model making. Danno Builds says evening at John's model making. John's model making says feeling good, Dave. Hope you and Christine are too.
Thank you. Yeah, we're not too bad, thank you.
John's model making says evening at Dave Matt Builds.
Okay, so I've had a quick look at the instructions, and the instructions just simply tell you to put the roof on. But what we've also got to do while we're putting the roof on is make sure that these stanchions go into these sockets in the roof. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 with the back pearl. So, and the back pearl does actually go into here. So there's 5 of them. And with this one, we've got the lights on as well. So, and you'll find that the tape, if you've had it a while, the tape will start coming loose. But once it's on the bus, it won't come loose. Okay, because it'll all be sealed in pretty much. So we're supposed to tie off the cable here, which we've done, the bell rope cable. And so we've done that, and now it's a case of manipulating this roof, minding your wires, of course, to where it's supposed to go on the back end of this bus. So I'm just going to basically just lean it on there gently, and then I'm going to go in through the sides, each side, to try and get each of the pearls in. And we can do that, of course, because we can get our fingers in each side. Okay, so I am going to put it in the rough place, and then I'm going to try and maneuver the pearls into position, which is going to be difficult, I know. And I'll try and bring the camera down so you can see what's happening. So, and you can see what's occurring with these pearls inside the bus, all being well. So it's not the easiest of jobs to do live, I can tell you.
No.
Right, so I'm going to have to ditch my chair and go onto my knees and see if we can get some of these pearls lined up. So an idea would be to try and get one side in first and get them roughly in the right place, and then go around to the other side. I can actually see where that one goes in. But the lights in my eyes. The lights in the harbour. There's always a song.
There is.
The lights in the harbour, they don't shine for me. I'm like a lost ship adrift on the sea. Sea of heartbreak, lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, so divine. I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on the sea of tears, sea of heartbreak. That's all you're getting from me tonight. So yeah, you can earn yourself 10 points if you can tell me who sang that. and who made that famous. So I'm actually going around the other side of the bus now and trying to get these in gently as I can from the other side, and not having a lot of success, but I am getting there eventually.
I remember I did this bit and it was going all right, I think, and I think you could see what I was doing, and then as I got to the other end, the other poles popped out again. Go back and forth a couple of times.
That's the problem, isn't it? You know, that is absolutely the problem. They don't like to go in as best as what you think they do. So I have got just one that wants to go in just a little bit more. So I'm trying to get my hand in there, I think. Yeah, got my hand in. Okay. Okay. So just put that, some pressure on there. In fact, if I can find something that's got a little bit of weight to it, maybe that. It might not be heavy enough. No, it's not heavy enough to go on there. Okay. I just hope that it doesn't spring back up. So I've actually got them all in. All of them are home. Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the back one 5. Yeah, they're all in. Okay, so I can bring my camera up a little bit now, and the light, and then I can show you where we're going to screw this together. Okay. So I do apologise for the light not being very good and the camera not being very good, but we're doing our best. Okay, so we've got them in, and basically we screw them in now all the way around here, around the outside. Okay, actually got one that's not sitting right there. So let me just double check that. Oh yes, that's perfect. Yep, that is absolutely perfect. They're all in nicely. So that couldn't have worked any better. Okay, so let's find the screws that we need. The screws that we need are, I do believe, JP screws, aren't they?
JP, I think, yeah.
JP, yeah. The famous JP screws. Okay, yeah, we need lots of them. So
we've got John's model making saying evening at David Bassett. David Bassett says next Sunday is the 33rd Amersham and District Motor Bus Society's Amersham and Chesham Classic Bus Running Day, with 3 rides out into the Chiltern Hills on ROUTEMASTERs, RTs, RS, GS, SMs, etc.
Wow.
Okay. John's model making says Elvis is not in the building. And David Builds says the golden voice of Sir Dave say. Golden tones, yeah.
Oh, it's Elvis you want, is it? Wouldn't it be good if I started breaking out into Elvis song?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm all shook up. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm all shook up. No,
as long as you don't shake that bus up, because you don't want the poles coming out again.
No, you don't want the poles coming out, that's a fact. So now we'll have to be careful that we don't shake that up. Or anything else for that matter. Right. Okay, we're getting there. So I've actually just about got these screwed in this side. Nearly got them. I'm not taking them all the way. I'm just making sure that they're all going in nicely. Okay. Yeah. There we go. So now I've got to do the other side. So I'll have to go around the other side. Okay, and you have to excuse if you can see me from the other side, because I'm obviously going to have to try and get these in as best I can. We don't want them popping out, do we?
Donald's Mono Making says, that brought a smile to my face. What a duet.
Come on, get in there. That's that one. And another one. Come on, get in. There we are. Yeah, there's been a Elvis convention on recently, hasn't there? Somewhere in England. I thought it was down your way somewhere, but I'm not sure. Somerset, was it perhaps? Yeah, something like that. Somerset, which isn't down your way.
I'm not sure.
An Elvis convention. There's been about 500 of them or something. So, unfortunately, though, there's only one. There's only one Elvis.
No, the only one we've got coming down to Eastbourne, which I'm so looking forward to, is Alan Carr.
Alan Carr, oh, right.
Again.
Chatty man.
Yeah, I saw him. I met him last time he was down here quite a few years ago, and I was just looking on Thingy, and it was a sellout. I didn't know anything about him coming, and it was a sellout.
Okay.
And he added an extra day on the end of his tour because it was so busy here.
Because it was so busy, yeah.
I was like, so he added another day. I'm like, thank God for that. So I quickly went straight on and booked myself a ticket.
Yeah.
So I do like Alan Carr.
It's pretty funny, isn't it?
Yeah, I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but then comedians are like that. Some people prefer others, but
yeah,
I really like him. And after meeting him last time, he's such a lovely guy. Like, he had time for everyone. That we all ran around the back door to catch him coming out. We were like, stalking him, I guess. But
I was going to say that makes such a difference, doesn't it, when they're like that?
He was sitting and talking to us all individually, personally. His chauffeur was trying to tell him to hurry up, and he told him to, do one. He's speaking to his fans, and it was really nice guy. And then he gave me a hug. There's a picture on my Facebook. Yeah,
I saw that. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
He's doing a thing at the moment with, I don't know whether is it family history or something, or something along them lines. And I saw him do something and he was driving a Ford. I don't know what Ford A series. I think, I don't know. It could have been an older Ford than that. So I'm just going to put these screws back in this bag because we've got one more screw to put in here, and that's an LP screw. I'm just going to put them back in the bag. Move them over that side. We need an LP screw back in here in the handrail at the very back. So
okay. We have Alex Demetrius. Dave, I'd love to see you on The Voice singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow and giving the audience a DS vintage performance. Laugh out.
Right. Well, one thing, Alex, for personal reasons, I would not be able to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow without physically crying. And it's obviously a personal reason, is that. And I would not, I am an emotional soul at the end of the day. And to tell you too much about that would be far too personal. But Somewhere Over the Rainbow is a very, very special song to me. And it does bring sort of a tear to my eye a little bit. My mother-in-law was similar. She used to bring a tear to her eye when Danny Boy was ever sang. So the song "Oh Danny Boy" used to instantly turn on her waterworks, as it was. Bless her.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a bit like that with Over the Rainbow. So yeah.
Yeah, it's everyone. I think everyone's got that song or a few songs that are very, like that. I've got one from Celine Dion for various reasons, but it depends on circumstances, isn't it? And
yeah, it does. Yeah,
I think everyone's has that one
song that they always think about. Yeah. I'm just physically just looking around now for things that might want tightening down, because we've got all these tightened down now, and we've got the one on the back there on the handrail at the back. We've got that one done. We've got all the others done. We've got them two over the stairs done, and I'm just looking around for any others that might actually want tightening up while we've got the chance. And I think we've got them all. So I don't think there's any going that way. Just going to look in the instructions again. And no, we've actually accomplished putting the roof on of the bottom deck. Okay.
wow.
So going to the instructions, it says that we have to put the end cable in now. And we have to attach the end cable to the wires to make it just that little bit longer. And I'm just going to quickly look and see if I can find the end cable. Could even be this one that's right near me, actually. I don't know. I think it's red and black. Is it red and black? Let's have a look. Find the end cable for the red and black. There's the end cable for the red and the black. There we are. So does it go on the end of there? Just double checking. It might want to go to the one that's coming out the bus body. That one there. Okay. So can you remember doing this, Horlix? With the end cable?
Yes, vaguely. And I think, if memory serves, some people didn't need to use it.
Yeah.
Could have been another one.
Yeah, it could be right there. I'm going to actually put this end cable in.
Yeah.
And because it's easy to pop in. So, and once I get it the right way around. And pop the end cable in as it says in the instructions, and put that together like that. Okay, pop in, that's it. Yep, let's pop that in. Okay, and then we've got to go then to the top deck, it says, and we've got to fasten the sides on the top deck. Okay, so yeah, we can do that if you like, but I'm going to need to move things around a little bit before we do that. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these wires so that they don't spring all over the place onto this bus for a second, and then I can move the whole bus over, and then I can get the top deck in, and we can start work on the top deck if you want. Okay. Right. So let me move that over.
Dave Builds says, I am just trying out my new diamond painting of the Spitfire. It's very relaxing.
Ah, right. Was it Yorkshire Crafter that got you into that, Dave Mac? It's usually Yorkshire Crafter's fault that diamond paintings are started.
And Yorkshire Crafter is brilliant at Dave Builds.
All right, okay, so I'm back now, and I'm going to drop my camera down onto my workspace and move that roof section because we don't need that at the minute. And then I'll bring in the side section of the bus for putting the metal sides on. So we've got, this is the top deck, of course, and I'm just going to move things around. Did you drop something there, or was it me?
Oh no, sorry, I just had to move something.
Okay, so that's GMs I've got there, and the others JPs. Yep. So let's pop this there. So hopefully we can see then. If I lift that up slightly, you'll be able to see and watch me putting the whole side on, all being well, with some light. Okay, I've just got some masking tape here that's holding some cables in place, and that can actually come off. And then cables can be just hung down there somewhere for the time being. So it doesn't matter. Anywhere down there will be all right, so long as we don't get involved in anything else. So we've put them on, didn't we? We've glued them in place. And I'm just going to check also a couple of things at the back here, that things are nice and tight. And as you can see, I did put the roof on in another stream, and we've done that via well, let's call it the Alex Demetrius method of putting the roof on. So I'll just quickly explain that. So the roof comes in three pieces, and these three pieces, if you put them on one there, and then you put your hand in between and you get the stanchions in, etc., the handrails, and then you put the second section on there and you do the same. You can put your hand in from the back and through the sides, and then you can put the last bit on here, and then you can put your hand in through the sides and the back, and that works out absolutely fantastic, because as you can see, all them handrails are sitting nicely in them holders, every last one of them, and there was absolutely no stress involved in that at all, was there, Alex? No,
not at all.
No. So we're going to go back to this framework then, the framework that we made last night and the one before. So I think we made this one last night, didn't we? This was the offside one. So I'm going to place this roughly where it goes, and then we're going to see if we can screw it down in the correct place and see if it actually fits nicely. Let's hope it does.
I think this was one of my favourite parts of the build, actually, because all that's like screwed in, and it gives it so much support, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. As you know, it's mostly plastic is the insides. So yeah, you've got metal on the underside, but you're soon going to have metal on the sides, the front, the back, and the top as well, and the bottom. So it's going to encase it all in metal, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to make such a difference. It really is. So, and it will do if I get it lined up right. So goodness me, let's hope it lands up right. So what I might do actually is just loosen these joints just a little, just to give me a little bit of flexibility until I need to really tighten them down. Okay. And that'll just give me a little bit of slight little bit of movement, and hopefully they'll all line up. So, and I haven't got my joddler, what I call my joddler. So I could use that, I suppose. See if them batteries will drop down there. Right. Could I use that as my joddler? I probably could. Yeah, I probably could. Yeah, okay. Right. let's go back to the instructions then. So what we need to do then is look at the instructions, and you're actually supposed to fit the other side first, but we're fitting this side first. And I'm fitting this side first because this is the way it's facing. It doesn't really matter which side you go for first, apart from this side has the electrics running down this side. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's the only difference really. Okay, we've got all our windows in. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do before I do this, though. I'm actually going to take it off and I'm going to polish the back side of them windows. And that's because I've just realised that all them windows have finger marks on them from the other side from when we built it. So I'm going to find a cloth and I'm going to just give them a quick rub if I can find a cloth. And we can go from there then, can't we? So you just have to bear with me a minute. Is there any chat that needs bringing up?
So just about to bring that up. So Yorkshire Crafter says laugh out loud. And the drama opinion. Danno Builds says it was Julie, Alex, Christine, and Gillian that got me into it. So I mentioned the crafting chat. So yeah, Gillian's Dots said a great show and a big thumbs up.
Thank you, Gillian.
There we go, thank you. And I have Demetrius says, Dave, well, the inside window's clean before screwing the frame down. There you go. He's on it.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it like a cowboy.
And Marie says, great show, well done to the both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nothing to do with me. This is all Dave.
No, it's you as well, Alex. Couldn't do it without you, Horlix. Especially this stages, because
there's a lot to do, isn't there?
There's a lot to do in these stages. So yeah, that's got them inside the windows clean for this side. So let's pop it back down again. It doesn't matter about this side because you can do this at any time. Oh, what's that? Oh, something ending on eBay.
eBay,
something ending. In actual fact, it's probably something that I should have bid on, and I've forgotten. Never mind. Never mind.
But it just goes to show as well, doesn't it? You know, like going back to my camper. I mean, this week my show ended in 5 minutes because it was literally show apart and store it away. And some issues we get them, but later on down the build, like you're doing right now, there is so much to do.
There is, yeah. That's absolutely true.
Sort of makes up for it.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Especially, this build is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. I really, really do. And if you've got a chance of getting this bus from agoramodels.com, then please do pop along to Agora Models and see what they have to offer. They have all sorts of plans. They have plans which are 12-month, 24-month. They have complete builds of other models and starter packs. You know, they have all sorts of things that you can go for on this one. Right, I'm going to go for the JP screws first, then Horlix. And the JP screws go into, obviously, the plastic parts of the build. And good old JP screws. So the JP screws go into all these plastic parts. And hopefully we can get it to centralize where it should be. I'm not going to screw them right in tightly, and that's because if I need to move them, then I've got the chance to move them if I wish. So just going to get them started.
Okay, we've got a few more chats in. So you have the Heart Zanny. Hi, DS Models.
Hi, Heart Zanny. Thanks for joining us. Wow, we was watching some of your programs the other day. Wow, absolutely fantastic. So thank you for joining, Heart Zanny. I do appreciate a good shout out if you wouldn't mind, please. And obviously we're giving you a good shout out as well. Heart Zanny, lovely Yorkshire lady. And yeah, if you want to laugh, or you want to cry, or you want shoulder to lean on, or whatever, Hattazin is the place to be, certainly. She does cover an awful lot of subjects.
Yeah,
she really does.
She does, like a talk show, like a podcast, and different subjects every week. And so do head over there and check her out.
Yeah.
So the Heart of Danny says hi all.
Hi.
And hi Dave, Matt Builds, and hi Chris. And then Heart of Danny says hit the like button. So thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that.
And Dave Matt Builds says evening to the Heart of Danny. And hello from me, Horlix.
So I've got to explain at this point that I do watch an awful lot of people, and I don't comment very much. I do give a thumbs up to everyone that I do watch. I never ever give a thumbs down, and that's because you know, if you've been out there and you've done something for the community of YouTube, it's actually taken some doing, and it's worthwhile a thumbs up in my estimation. Whether it's a good video or a bad video, it's well worth supporting, and well worth giving a thumbs up. It costs nothing at the end of the day to give a thumbs up. When you're actually doing something, building, or you're explaining something, or just doing a YouTube channel, then that actually takes some doing. Talking from personal experience.
Yeah.
So right, the next one then, Horlix, is I need to put some GM screws in. Now these are metal screws, and they're going into these ones at the bottom here, into the metal framework that's underneath. So I'm going to put some GM screws in, and I think for this I'm going to use a drop of oil as well. And yeah.
It makes it so much easier for metal screws to go through. So yes, definitely recommended that.
It certainly does. Yeah, and we can use this bit of plastic. It's a great big piece of plastic.
And just to add to this this part of the build, just like take your time with this bit, because I think I was guilty of it because I did it on one. It is really easy to get the screws mixed up. I think I tried to put a metal screw in one of my plastic screws and vice versa. I only did it on one, but the holes are quite close together for plastic and metal on that same panel. So just double check.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And vice versa, you could put a plastic screw into the metal, and if you force it too hard, it can, either break the screw in the hole or ruin the thread.
Yeah, it can shear, can it? So up to now the oil is working, and it's making it go in there a lot better. So I'm just dipping them in the oil that I've got in the tray there, and then trying to pop them into the holes and screw them in so that we get a nice solid foundation. So I won't do them all up tightly just yet. I just want to get them all in. And I'm just going to double check the instructions. Yep, I do them as well, and I do them down there. What about on the other side? Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, all the way along. Yep, I do. Okay.
And this is just warming your hand up now, isn't it, for the screwing action? For all the panels that are coming up.
Oh God, yeah, the panels. Yeah, the panels are something else. Yeah, but you've got to say that with this build, once the panels start going on, goodness me, does that make a big difference?
Yeah. No, to be fair, I really did enjoy doing that part of it.
Yeah. A lot of people say, well, what enjoyment would you get out of it putting all that many screws in? every screw you're putting in is making it just that little bit more closer to finishing, isn't it?
Yeah, especially, you know, when you start the rest in the panels and
Yeah,
each week you put another bit on, and I loved it.
yeah, superb.
I've actually got a confession. I still need to touch up some of the screws. I've not done that yet.
Oh yeah,
I was quite careful with them.
yeah.
So you can't actually notice anything. So I think that's probably why I haven't done it. If there was something that I could notice. But yeah, there's a few screws that I do need to touch up.
So I'm just going back to the joints here, and I'm going to give the joints a nip, and then I'm not going to tighten them right the way up because we can actually do that a little bit later on in the build. I'm just going to make sure that they're all nice and lined up. Yep, they are. Jolly good. Make sure that one's joined up there. Yeah. So let me just go give these a little twizzle because that one's not in. Let's see if I can get it in. I don't think that one's going to go in, that one. That one's in. That one's in. Excuse me being under the camera, but there's no chance I'm doing anything else really. So there we go. And that one's in. That one's in. That back one. Yep, that one's in. Okay, that's lovely. Lovely jubbly. So that's in. So what have we got to do now then? We've got to turn it around and do the self same thing on the other side. So let's get to it. Wow, it's making me wet tonight, is this, guys?
Is this where you're going to get the mat out, or you're not? I suppose the frame you're not going to see, actually, are you?
No, but you do see around the windows, don't you? So yeah, I think I should really get the mat out to lean that on. So yeah, and we have a Partwork Upgrades mat. That's all right. It's only my paperwork that's fell on the floor. So we have, yeah, a Partwork Upgrades mat. So this is the work mat from Partwork Upgrades. It's nice and soft. It's got a cover on which is washable. So, and yeah, you can find Partwork Upgrades in my description of this video. So if you want one of these, and it'll stop your parts from being scratched as well. So a lot of people say, well, why do you want one of them? Surely it's not part of the build. Well, actually, it will stop your parts from being scratched when you're leaning them over like that onto a hard surface.
Yeah,
it was a minute ago. So I'm just going to push that further onto the table, and then hopefully we can get to this side now. Okay, I'm just going to pick up my paperwork.
Okay, we got a message from David Bassett saying, looking at the rear platform on quite a few RMs today, I think the light over the platform on the heart-shaped model is in the wrong place. Rather than facing at an angle towards the stairs, it should be facing straight down nearer the bulkhead with the bell push and ticket bin. I took a picture, which again I'll post in the Facebook as soon as I'm able to.
I think you're absolutely right, David. Yeah, the point has been brought up before. A few people have brought that point up before, and yeah, you're absolutely right there. They have got it in the wrong place. But having said that, everybody I've shown this model to in the past has never ever commented on that light above the stairs or anything. So, and I have shown it to an awful lot of people as well. So, yeah. So, right, before we start this then, I'm going to take Alex's advice and clean the inside of these windows. So, I'm going to do and give it, just to get my lucky paw prints off it. And everyone, so that will come up nice and clean. Oh, that's a motorbike in the distance.
Yeah, sorry, that's me.
Oh, you're all right.
You know what it's like here. It's
Yeah.
bikes and there's been no emergency services tonight, actually.
No, there aren't, has there? No.
Great.
That's got to be good, though, hasn't it? So I'll give that a nice clean, and hopefully, yep, all them have all gone. Jolly good. Okay, so I'm going to push this over and get it on there. See if I can get it lined up. So you might have noticed that this is a little bit loose, which is okay, and I like it a little bit loose so I can just manipulate it into the proper places where it's supposed to go, and hopefully we can get it lined up correctly, and we don't end up with any problems of getting screws in. So far, just the other side, there was one screw that was reluctant to go in, so I'm quite happy about that. So yeah, and I think I'll probably get the screw in once I get the front end on as well. Okay, right. So what we're going to go for this time then? Now we're going to go for the JPs again, or the GMs. Let's go for the JPs. I think it says JPs first anyway, doesn't it, in the instructions? So yeah, JPs into the plastic parts. P for plastic. And that's better. There we are. Into there. Okay. The stream's still going, isn't it, Horlix?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. That's okay. I just worried a little bit then. I couldn't. And the computer's well over that way, so I'm having to lean over and see what's on the computer. So our internet's not been the best recently, so unfortunately, but yeah, I don't think it's the weather. I think it's the fact that there's been a lot of people in the area that's been using it, that's been, you know, sapping the power of the internet more than anything else recently. No, we don't put them in there. We put one in there. The plastic ones. Okay, that one like that. Right, come back. We need one in there. I do apologise, people, that I haven't been singing an awful lot. So if you was expecting Roy Orbison or something like that, that would be good, wouldn't it? I was all right for a while. I could smile for a while. Then I saw you last night, held my hand so tight. But darling, what could I do? For you don't love me, and I'll always be crying over you. Yes, that's Roy Orbison for you. Thank you very much for that lovely round of applause. It's much appreciated. Right, let's crack on with this. So I've still got some oil in there. So we're down to the GM screws now. So GM screws. And would you believe that we've nearly finished this 89 at Horlix? So okay, let's get in there, GM. Okay. Get in there. There we are. God, blimey. I'm worn out.
Crafty Chris says, hi, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. Yeah.
Transformer Making says, night Dave and Horlix, night all, thumbs up.
Good night, John. Take care now.
Good night. Thank you. And Crafty Chris says good night. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a good night. Getting out of breath. Is that many screws? Okay. Another 2, I think. A little bit of oil. Okay. Come on. Yep, it's going. So 1 more, and that's at the front, I think. Yeah. So come on. Oh, one more and two shot out the back. Let's have a look. There we are. Where did the other one go? Don't know, but we've got a spare. Okay. Just 1 more. Okay, come on, get in there. Well, we didn't have any problem with any of them screws this side. They all went in nicely. So let's just go along and try and tighten these up now, all the way along. And you can always tighten them up a little bit more, a little bit later on in the build, because there will be easily to get to. Let's do that joint there, and there, and that, and make sure they're mirroring. Yep, and that one. Yep, and that one. Yep. Move along. Move along. Right, that one. Okay, so let me just double check that I've got all them that I should have in the right place. Yep. Yep. Is that one tight? Yep. That one tight, yep. On there. Yep, I've got them all in. So
Brilliant.
that is both sides of the top deck framework on. Okay, so what do we have to do now then? So we have to go to the roof section now and add the electrics. Okay. So this is a massive issue, of course, with it being putting the roof section on the bottom deck. So I'm going to actually move this over on there for a second, and then I'm going to move the bus closer to it, and hopefully I can then get the electric wires that's on there onto the bus, onto the top here. So you just have to bear with me a minute. So goodness me. I'm totally out of breath. So yeah, it's obviously going to be very difficult to do with the bus, etc. But I think once I move it over there, I might then be able to manipulate that so it's nearer, so I can put the electrics on. Nearer, there we are. Okay, so the upper deck lighting is here, and there's that lighting as well to sort out that later issue, so they'll go down there for the time being. And what I'm trying to do is trying to get it in the right position so that when we actually start putting these in, we've got cables pretty much in the correct position where they need to be. My tape, yeah, got some tape there. So sorry, it's shining a bit and it's gone out of focus. So See if we can bring it back into focus. Come on, focus, focus. Not going to do it, is it? Focus. Might be the light, actually. How's that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Can you see, though?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see. Well, I can see when I can get into my tape.
Cameras are a funny thing, aren't they?
Another problem with my no nails. I can't get into my tape. Yeah, my cameras especially not very good, but having said that, you know, we'll work with what we've got. It's not a problem. Yeah. Just make sure that they don't go anywhere. Right. Okay. So we've now got to look at the electric lighting for the upper deck. But there's also something else that we need to do with the upper deck as well, and that is, you can't actually see it, let's move it along this side, is the rear mirror that goes in here in this back corner. Now I've actually got that here, and we've got to build that mirror up and put that mirror in. We left that out at the last stage, or one of the last stages, and that's because it's quite vulnerable sticking out the end here, and I do know that it breaks very easily. So I do need the mirror, which is in there, and it needs putting together, and I do believe it's an IP screw that goes in there. So I'm just going to quickly try and put this together and put that in. So, and yes, I will need to clean the mirror as well. Right, where's the screw that I need? I think it's an IP. I believe it's a IP or a JP. Not sure. Let's go back to my issue. No, it's back on that chair. Okay. Right, CP screw. Okay. So there we are. I've got a CP screw, and that goes into the back of the mirror. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm doing it out of sync a little bit, but I just found it a little bit easier to do out of sync. So something I haven't done, and that is take some more photographs, which I should really do. So I'll do that in a second. Just get this screwed in here. So that's got the mirror in. And I'll find my photo thing, and I'll take a couple of photographs of the way things are at the minute. So, goodness me, I'm out of breath. What have you done to me, you lot? Yeah, it's a bit difficult taking photographs. Obviously, of the build as it is, because obviously you've got bits and pieces all over the place. You've got the top deck and the bottom deck together, and the top deck's going to go on the bottom deck very, very shortly. So yeah, we'll have that together very shortly. Okay, and I'm just taking some random photos so that I've got some thing I can pop on the site there later on. Okay, right, so let's have a look then. So we've got that. Now we need to put this in the back here, and I need to line it up with these 3 holes here where it goes fixes onto the back. So it's just a case of turning it round until it actually lines up with everyone. Need to polish it first. There we go. And need to line it up. I may have to. Oh no, we've got it in. That's perfect. That's it. It went in lovely. Lovely, satisfying click. Jolly good. Okay. What screws do we need in there? I need some DP screws, I think. Yeah. a DP screw or two. Let's see what we've got in this holder here. Yes, we've got a DP screw there, and I do believe the other two are DPs. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so a DP screw.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Okay.
Okay, so DP screw goes in that one, I think. So, yeah, finger behind just to make sure that it's not going anywhere. I'm pushing it in. One. There's one. In nicely. There's another one. And that top, I do believe. Okay. In there. Okay, so that's that one in there. And then that one in there. And then that's then got that mirror in the back there, and it eliminates another part that we've saved from being broken off earlier on, isn't it? So, because we've kept a few parts back from being broken off, so that we can fix them on like this at a later stage. So that's that. Yep, that's that. Okay. Right. I'm just going to have a slurp of my drink. Oh, that's good. Okay, right. So we've done with that one. Yeah, we're done with that one. And now then, what do we have to do? We have to put these lights in the top here then, don't we? Okay, so we'll have to undo this and then we'll have to lay this out onto the top deck of the bus the way that it says in the instructions. In your instructions, it will be on 89. The Agora instructions 89. And these instructions for the Hachette instructions are, goodness me, what will they be on that one? That will be 90, or is it the 96? Yeah. So 96. Goodness me. Right. Let's see if we can unfold this and see where this goes then. So first off then, I'll need to stand up. And I bet you're tearing your hair out with a mini Horlix.
No, not at all. It's difficult. There is a lot of electronics in this model, isn't there?
Yeah, it's absolutely packed with electrics, and I think it's absolutely superb. I mean, yeah, we've had it so that we're lucky enough that everything's worked so far, which is great. And right, come on. So that tells me that bit doesn't go there. That tells me that the other bit goes there. So have I connected this to the wrong end then? Let's just have a look. Oh yeah, I see. Yep. Just trying to work out which way that goes down to the electrics, because we come this side down. So just going to physically see if that will go around there, which it won't. So I'll have to uncouple that and then couple that up later on, I think. Dear. So getting them to go in there is a bit difficult. I can pop them in with my nail, which I haven't got a lot of. Yeah, just two all done for now. And we'll go around. Yeah, I think I'll have to disconnect them and then connect them up when I get that round there. So, which is sensible, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's just the way that they're gonna round the bus in such a manner. Okay, and then they're trying to twizzle up as well. So, yeah, that's correct. So let's get that round and put that in there, and in there. Just lightly pop them in for now. That goes across the front, and then we start going down this side. So in there. Some of them go into the holes very nicely. Some don't. That's the wrong hole. Go in there. Yeah, there we are. And push. There we go. And that one. Sorry, my head's in the way, but I've got no option at the minute. So that goes like that. Yeah. And that goes like that. In there. Okay. So we've got the wire coming down the back here. And I think that's correct. Because it does join up with the other wire later on, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It says that it goes that way, but I think it actually goes the other way. So with this, I've actually forgotten which way we bend them. I think we bend them towards the rail there, don't we?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so too. So, and then we need a bit of tape in between. So, okay, so I'm just going to make sure that these are in properly. That one's in, yeah. So let's bend them towards the rail there. And pop these in and bend them towards the rail there. Make sure these are all in to the right and bend them towards the rail. Come on. That one's popped out. There we go. It's in. It's in. It's in. Yep, they're in. Yep. And so I've got to do the same with these ones. We've just got to make sure that they're in the holder because they are a bit difficult to do. Yeah, they're in the holder. Smash it. Lovely. Very good indeed. Okay, yep. That one's in. And that one's in. Yep. So that's got them all in now.
Well done. Brilliant.
So let's have a look at the instructions. I've got some tape to put on just there, there, and there. I'm going to use my yellow tape actually. And just because it's a little bit better than normal. So I'm just going to tape across there. Okay. So it's taped in. And then the same with that side. Okay. Oh, that one's popped out. So let's tape that over there so it doesn't pop out so much.
Oh, fantastic. That's a comment. Keep up the good work, Dave. You're doing a grand job tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, David. It's not easy. But having said that, I'm absolutely loving it. So, and I'll pop a bit there. Just so that doesn't pop out there. Okay, and a little bit on that side as well. Okay, so what do you think we might have to do now, Horlix?
We need to put the top on.
Yeah, so we've actually finished this section, which is, my camera's gone funny. Oh, it doesn't like it up being up there, does it? It could be the blue that's upsetting it. So, yeah, we've actually finished this section, so that's 89 that's finished. So we've now got to go on to stage 90. Da-da-da. What do we do with stage 90? Well, stage 90 we actually get the other half of the ceiling framework, which we'll pop onto in a minute. But we've got lots of other things to do before then, before we put the top deck on. According to this, we have got to put the framework on this, but we do put the top deck onto the bottom deck of the bus. Now I'm going to go out of sync a little bit with this, and I'm going to put the top deck on the bottom deck of the bus, just for purely cosmetic reasons and for reasons where I can work on it a lot better with being just one lump to work at rather than several bits. Okay, if that makes sense. So yeah, we're going to put the top deck on the bottom deck. Okay, so I'm going to need to move around a little bit, and I'm going to need to lift this up. Let's see, no way it's connected there and there. No, lift this up, and I'm going to pop it just on the top there, just to rest it. Move this build cushion. We don't need that at the minute. And then I'm going to have to try and move across my round table. Okay, my little work table here, which hopefully should just slide across that way just a little, so we can get things in the camera a little bit better. So the logistics of this build is rather difficult, especially when you're trying to do everything on camera, but it is rather special when you're doing it in real life, because it's just so much, it's so big is this model. It's so beautiful, it really is. So, but the logistics of doing it on camera for you guys, that's not easy. It would be a lot easier if we was building it not on stream, if you know what I mean. But I know you'll appreciate us, really. Right, okay. So what we've got to do is put this top deck onto this bottom deck. I'm just going to move my camera a little bit now as well. Like that. That's pretty much as far as I can go. I think I'll pop some light on the subject. So we've got to put the top deck on the bottom deck, and there is actually a couple of issues that you need to think about. There is two holes here and here, and here that I've got pins on the top deck that they will sit into. So all being well, then pins will sit into them holes, just two there and two there, and then you've got it pretty much in the correct position. You've also got a hole here on the cab and a hole here on the cab as well, which will sit with other things that's on the base. So right, let's try and see if we can lift this on. And I can tell you it is rather heavy, and you've obviously got to try and keep your wires out the way as best you can. You've noticed that I've sellotaped these down here to keep them out of the way. They should go down there naturally. There's nothing else obstructing on here. It's all fastened down as well. So we've done that first. And so we're going to try and lift this onto there now.
And mind you, you'll be doing it on the blue one. Just a bit of advice.
Yeah.
If you're going to modify, anyone out there who wants to modify and perhaps put flashing indicators on, now would be a good time to put some wire through from one just over that. Yeah. Because I had to feed an electrical wire through the middle of my bus, which was really difficult. So whether you use a bit of thread or something just to run across the roof in a clear space, then put the top on so that you can later on attach a cable to it and then pull it through.
What a cracking idea.
I mean, I know obviously you're not doing it with this one, but just for those that might want to do that.
Yeah.
that I would really recommend that, because it took me nearly an hour to thread a cable through between the roof panel.
Yeah, you can also do that once this is on, because there is a slight gap under here with the framework. You'll see the framework.
Yeah.
But as Alex says there, get your cable in or get a wire in or something that you can pull across, so that you can actually attach a wire to it, and you can pull it right through. So at this stage, rather than anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, so right, I'm going to. There's no fancy way of doing this, and I'm going to try and do it as best I can with the way we're going. So I'm going to have to lift it up like this over the bus. Try and that's the point. I think what I'll do is I'll just move these wires, which are under here. I'll move them so that they come out the side here, and try and tape them back on, and then they'll be not correct place, but they'll be in the correct place that I can get to them. So these are the wires for your top deck. Now I'm just going to be moving these wires out so that they're not going to be in my way for when I get this build put on the top there. So I need a bit of tape, and I have a bit somewhere. I'm just going to lay that bit of tape over there just to keep them wires out the way. Okay, while we put this in pretty much the position that it goes. So I'm going to lift it up again now, and so I've got it above the bus, and I'm looking for them pins and seeing if I can locate them pins into them holes that I said earlier. So not far off at that. Okay, and the front ones, they're not far off at that. So, okay. Wow. It's nearly in the position. It's nearly in the position. I'm just going to put them in there, and then I can probably
say 2 become 1.
Yeah, 2 become 1. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, that's how 2 become 1. And just going to try and get these wires out my way so that I can actually spin it. So they don't want to play ball, but my wires. Okay, there's one under there. There we are. Right, so I'm going to spin it like this because I've got it on a turntable. Okay, and we can then see roughly where it sits on the bus. And you've now got the size of the bus. So it'll be 14.5 inches high, it'll be 27.5 inches long, and it'll be 8 inches wide. So, and it's going to weigh approximately 14 kilos, I believe. So once it's finished. So yeah, you've got several places to look at when you get it like this. You've nearly got it in position, and you can manipulate certain bits of it to get it into position. But so long as you've got it in them holes that I've suggested underneath there, the 2 holes across the roof and the 2 holes across the roof at the back there, you can get a torch to look down the side to make sure you've got them in there. You've got the cab here that needs pulling down, and you've got several other places like the back here that needs pulling down to come into play, and to make sure that it's all in line, etc. And several other little bits and pieces that you can manipulate to get it lined up. I would advise that you get a torch and you shine a torch under here just to make sure that everything is lined up as best you can, and especially around the cab area as well, because usually around the cab area is one of the problem areas that people come up with.
I had one, I think, and it took me a while to get my cab to sit quite right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just dropped into place. Like, it was just really odd.
Yeah, well, that's just dropped into place. I don't know whether you can see there, but that's just dropped into place. So, and I'm just going to have a look at the other side. Yeah, the other side just wants pulling back down, and hopefully that it'll come down nicely together, and hopefully we'll be able to get that lined up. So you may need a little joggler just to make sure that the holes line up. But having said that, it might be worthwhile obviously looking underneath as well to see if you've got any trapped wires, because usually there is a wire that traps under here, and also just where the cab joins as well, right up there where the cab joins, sorry you can't see, right up there where the cab joins over the bonnet area. So that's quite a tight fit, and then of course the back end of the cab as well. So yeah, that's practically got that lined up, and it's not that far off at all actually. In fact, it will manipulate to exactly the right place where it needs to go. So we better have a look at our instructions once again and see where we go from there then, aren't we?
Okay.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, Dave Builds just says, I'm going to say good night, guys. You've done an awesome job tonight, so Dave. Catch you on the next one, and good night, everyone in chat. So, good night, Dave Builds.
Good night, Dave. Thanks for joining us. I know that you go to bed early as well, so thank you for joining us. Very, very much appreciated. And yeah, we've got the bottom deck. Sorry, on the top deck, on the bottom deck already. So that's not too bad, is it? So, right. Okay, let's see if we can carry on with this issue. And I've forgotten where I put the issue. So, right, there is a lot to do in this one. So, there is an awful lot to do. It comes in several parts. And like the rest of the build, there's several issues where you've got only little bits to do, and several issues where you've got lots to do. And in this issue, like the last issue, we've got lots to do. So, what I may do is I may do a couple of things that are not in the issue, such as putting the roof framework together and just getting that ready to go on. I've got the front end to do, so but the finished views for this are that actually. And we've actually done a little bit more because we've got the roof section on our bus. Okay, and we've got the wires all hanging like this at the minute. So I've got a couple of little jobs that I want to do that we should really do in this issue, and that's first of all then we'll do the upper deck framework. We'll put the upper deck framework on the upper deck like it suggests in the instructions. So we're going to need the other upper deck section, which is where I put it. I'll put it here and here. So, and we've got to open this one. So obviously this is in stage 90. So I've got to find my scissors, and I've got to try and get this out of the packet, complete with all the screws. The screws are in the packet there for again getting into this issue and screwing everything together. So you're going to need the screws as well. Okay. And yeah, I think I've earned a cup of tea tonight, I think. Don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
No, I'm all right at the minute. So I've actually got a drink of orange. Well, it's not orange. It's fruit juice. I'm gonna have to split the bag right down here to get to the bits and pieces. So there's the other screws, the FM screws, and the black. Okay, So look carefully at your bits to make sure you've got them all out. And I've got a dog down here. Wants to get involved, don't you, dog? Eh? Don't you? Wills. Hmm? You was fast asleep a minute ago. You was. You was fast asleep. Yeah. Right. Okay. So, okay, let's have a look at the instructions and see what it says about this. Almost. So we've got 2 lots of screws, 2 black bits of tape, and I do imagine that we have to put this together all like this. So I'm going to quickly look at the instructions and see if we can put these together off the build rather than on the build. Okay, I do believe we can put it together and then put it on the roof itself. Yep, we can. So what we're going to need then, we're going to need some FM screws to screw this together, and then I think we're going to need some oil as well, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so just get my big oil pan. So, and my screwdriver. If I can find my screwdriver, there we are. Some FM screws. There they are. Screw this together, and then we'll have this put this on the roof. And then we can start working on the front end, then, can't we? As it says in the instructions. So let's get that middle one in first. See if it bites. Yeah, let's get into bite. Okay. With the FM screw. So yeah, it's a mammoth build. This night, around 2 hours already, and it's as I said, it's not easy to do a live build, but it is actually easy and satisfying to do when you're not live building. It's actually one of them issues where you think, wow, it's coming along really well.
Especially as you get a lot of like parts together. It's like,
yeah,
as I said earlier, you've had the top deck, you've put the frame on that, and now that's gone onto the main part of the build, and you've got less bits hanging about now, haven't you? In your
that's right. Yeah, yeah, and the box that I have, it's a tall box, so hopefully it should fit in. I might not be able to put the lid on, but I have got a tall box for it to go into. So yeah, there's only 2 more screws to pop in there. There's 6 screws in the centre here. Every time I'm doing this, I'm thinking, well, that's another one off the 3,000 screws that we've done. So, yeah. Well, there's 9 people watching so far. Thank you very much for sticking with us all this time. I do appreciate that. So, and if you're still with us, I wouldn't mind a nice big thumbs up, please, if you wouldn't mind. And it costs nothing at the end of the day, just to give me a nice like. And yeah. And as I said earlier, that if you want this fantastic build, pop along to agoramodels.com and go and have a look at the guys there and ask a few more questions if you haven't had them answered already, and see what deal you can come up with. And you will not be disappointed with this model, I can tell you. Right, we have got a framework for the upper deck. So now I am going to move my tray And I'm going to pop this on the upper deck, and I'm going to try and lift my camera a little bit further, just so you guys can see this going onto the upper deck. So this will pop onto the upper deck in this sort of fashion. I can't remember where that wire goes. I think, yeah, it comes through there. Or does it go across to that side? I can't remember. I think actually it can come down that side, can it? I think it can. Yes, it can. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That can come down that side. Yeah. So just going to have a look around and see if it's seating properly in the other places. If I can get around here. So it needs to seat properly over there. Seat properly over there. And wire down a little bit. Yep. And it needs to seat properly over that one. Okay, yep. And that one. Yep, I think that's done that. So yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think it's beginning to seat where it should seat. Yep, I think it is. Yep, yep, yep. So I think what we've got to do is we've got to start screwing it down now to the roof. And I think for that we use JP screws, don't we?
Yes, I believe so. The top.
Yeah, JP screws. So let's have a go at doing this, shall we? Come on, JP screws. There we are. Okay. So it's quite obvious where these go into the plastic parts of the roof. So again, I'm not going to screw them down tightly at the minute. I'm just going to get them in position because you can actually screw them down later on. And I would suggest that before you put any panels on, you actually do check that all the screws that you've got in are nice and tight and in the right place. So, on that. Come on then. In there. I'm trying to do both sides at the same time. It's not easy to do, but we're getting there. Yeah. There is little channels as well where your wires can go. So you've got to be on the lookout for them. That the wires go under the little channels, so making it so that your build actually looks nice and neat as well. Okay. We're working forward now. We're going in recently. Come on, JPs. That one there. Yeah, that one. So, and again, I'm getting out of reach. So I'm just going to turn this around. Like that. And work them out at the front end now. Come on. And another one in there. Okay. Yeah. And another one in there. Let's see if I can get this front one sorted. Okay. Yep. And another one. Come on. I don't want to come out of the packet for some reason. I've got one trapped here, that's why. Where is the little... it didn't appear to have one at the front end here. Let's just undo that one a little. So we can get this wire to go further down this way. There we are. That's better. Yeah. A little bit more. Okay. So do it a little bit more. That will come down here. There we are. Yep. Okay. And take that one side up. Yeah. Okay. That's that. And then we'll go for the other two that we've missed out on. Just one there. And another one, and then we've done it. So,
just
this
like that.
Go on.
How's the day? Just like that?
Just like that, yeah. Just like that. Yeah, there's a lot of sections to this roof. Oh, thank you very much, darling. My lovely wife fetched me a lovely cup of tea.
Oh.
On.
I've got a bus.
I've got a bus, yeah. I've got a bus. Thank you, love. Let's put it over there so it doesn't fall off. Right. Okay. So that is the framework on. That could do with tightening down, but a bit later on in the build we do tighten it down all the way around here. We fasten it to the sides of the bus, and we fasten it to the front of the bus when the front of the bus gets done, and we fasten it to the back of the bus as well, all on metal framework all the way around. So that happens just a little bit later on in the build. So right, what else have we got to do now? We've got to build the front, and the front is just over here. Okay. So this is the front of this issue, and let me see if I can just put this on some paper. And we've got to look at the electrics for this one, and the reason why we got the black bits of tape which are there. And I just want to put these screws to one side so I don't lose them. Okay, and we're going to need the destination front lights bringing out. And the destination front lights should be on this wiring here, the grey and white wiring. Okay, this wiring wants threading through the framework of the bus, and it wants to go the same position, or pretty much the same position as the other wires that's on. Yeah, I think it wants to go out, love. That's on the other wires where they go around the framework, in other words.
Yeah, I enjoyed this bit of the build as well.
Yeah, it's like threading wires through and feeding them through, isn't it?
I think it's because there's so much of that like bird's nest of wires down there, just to get them through the frame and in position. It's quite satisfying. That's
right. Well, you can undo these, which I have done from the joint here, and so we can work on this front panel, and then we can actually thread the wires through via that joint there at the back. And so yeah, it's just getting these wires to go nice and straight, because they're a bit curly at the minute, aren't they? So we'll see how they go.
Yeah.
So,
if you wouldn't mind, can you just excuse me for 2 minutes?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Horlix.
Chat's up to date. I just want to make myself a nice cup of tea quick. That's all.
Oh, if I'd have known, I'd have got Christine to make you one, but it would have been cold by the time it got there.
Yeah, it would have been. I know she would have done. But, no, I won't be a minute.
No, that's okay. So we've got 6 people watching at the minute. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate the watching. And yeah, as you can understand, it's obviously a long stream tonight, and we're trying to catch up and get issue 90 done of the Build the ROUTEMASTER from the lovely people at Agora Models.com. So, and we are getting there. We're very nearly close to what we should be getting to now, and we're just going to put these cables in, hopefully, and I'll take the destination blind out, and that can go somewhere where it won't get scratched over that. And then we'll get into popping this in. Okay. So one of these has got to go over the top of the destination like that, and then it's got to be put into the back end like that. And then one's got to go in there like that. Okay. And then we get the 2 bits of black tape and we pop them in. And I've just noticed that I've done this the wrong way around, because when that goes to the front end, it will actually want the other way around. So I'll want that one that side. Okay. Sorry about that. That's the other way around. And then that one wants to go to that side. Come on. These bits of wire don't want to go where I want them to go. So there we are. There's one. And there's 2. Now I did actually glue these into my last build with some super glue, because the black tape didn't hold them in. So I'm hoping that the black tape will hold them in this instance. So I'll get the black tape and peel it off the back end. And tape them down on the inside like that. And like that. Come on. Like that. There we go. So we've taped them down on the inside. And we're hoping, of course, that they'll stay there. And then we've put this on the front end of the bus. And then we put this wire. We thread it right through the side here, where the other wires are. Okay. So just thinking about the camera position. It's just a little bit awkward to show you guys what I'm doing. So bring that back there and bring that back there, and we should be able to show you guys what we're up to, all being well. Okay. So this is the front end of the bus, and I will do what Alex Demetrius says, and that's clean the inside of these windows, because they have got finger marks on them. Give them a little bit of a polish. Okay, because we won't be able to get to them again once this front end goes on. Okay. What is? Willow's under the table.
Apple.
He's got a big apple, has he?
He took a teddy bear out and brought a big apple back.
Did he? Right, I've just noticed that there is a screw loose there, so I need to tighten that screw up. Okay. Is that going in? It's not going in. It's that screw hole. Okay. I don't know why. Yes. Let's have a look at the next one. That one hasn't gone in either. That's a bit odd, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's gone in now. Let's just test all these others, make sure they're all in nice. Yep. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and that one. Yeah. And that one. Yeah. And that one. In that corner. Yeah, that's in nicely. Okay, so they're all in nicely. And we've got our fingerprints off the inside. And we'll try and place this where it should go. So would you like to just come and hold that for me just there? Just there. Okay. And hey? Yeah, it goes through there. And as long as I get it started through them bits, then I can carry it on. And I can pop it on there. Thank you.
I'll go back in there.
Okay, thank you very much.
You won't drink lots of tea.
Yeah, thank you. You're back, are you? Jolly good.
I just put a little message in our house group because the oven was left on.
Oh dear.
It's we've got an energy crisis. We don't want that going on.
No, you don't. No, you don't want the oven left on. No, goodness me, no. I'm just manoeuvring this into the correct position so that I can get the wire hidden around the destination board and out of sight. So it's just proving a little bit difficult at the minute. You don't want to go behind the destination board. Come on, play ball. It's going, I think. Yeah, play ball. Go on, get it down there. And that's pulled the wire off. Okay. Okay, we might have to go to plan B in a second. Let's drop my screwdriver. Drop my screwdriver because I've got so many things going on with one hand. So Christine's been in and she's let the dog out for me and she's made me a cup of tea and she's held this. I've been able to get this in the right position. So
yes, I remember this issue well. That was tricky to get that in there at site, wasn't it?
It's just getting that wire around there, yeah, when it doesn't really want to go. Perhaps if I use some tweezers maybe to push it, grip it and push it around there. I don't know if it will. No, it doesn't want to. It maybe wants to go at the top here. Okay. I may have to glue it in position over this top. Come on, get in there.
Oh, nearly.
Get in there. Please get in there. It's going. Please get in there, please. Okay, I've just got to get my fingers out now. Come on. Is it going?
It's okay at the minute.
It's nearly there. It's just trapped on this bottom end. Okay.
Yes, that looks good.
Hasn't it? Goodness me. Yeah, there we
are.
Get some screws in it quick. Right, okay, so we've got that in roughly the position we need it to be. So let's go back to I want some FM screws now. Hopefully I can find some FM screws. So I've got some FM screws somewhere. There's FM screws. So we want, I do believe 4 FM screws. Let's have a look. Is it, yeah, 2, 4, yeah, 4 FM screws. So, yeah. Is that correct? No, 2 JP screws and 2 FM screws. So the FM screws go on the outside. So the FM screws go in these outsides. So I'm going to try and pop one in there. Let's see if I can just get one in there. Nip. Okay, that's not going anywhere. And see if I can get another FM screw on the other side. And of course, that's knitting in then the 2 side bits of the metalwork. That needs lifting slightly. So I'm going to have to lift that ever so slightly so that it'll just fit under that metalwork. Goodness me. Right. So I'm going to need my lifter screwdriver. There we are. And just ever so gently see if it'll pop under there. There we go. Yep. That's it, it went under there. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can knit this up now before it goes out of shape. Yeah. That's not sitting right on that corner for some reason. And right now, I don't know why.
Yeah, I remember having that on mine.
Yeah.
The other side.
Yeah. So, just going to undo that other side slightly. Just give me some play. Okay. Let's see where it's going wrong here. So, I think it could be on that post in there. It could well be. It could well be on that post. Or it could well be on that side there. Yeah, a little bit of manipulation, I think, because something's not right there. Yeah, something's definitely not right there. That wire there, let's just put that back in there. Let's put that back in there. Okay. It's as though something's not quite lining up. I wonder if it's to do with that wire that's gone in on the top there. It could be. Yeah, it's not good in there. So I'm going to need to get my light down and have a look.
Are you able to perhaps undo the roof skin screws a little bit more so you can lift that right up, get that fitted, and then drop the roof back down?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Might be right there.
I'm just going to go into there. And then I think I loosened that one, didn't I? Yeah, I loosened that one. And then just, I think that might be enough actually. Let's try and have got that. No, it doesn't want to.
Right.
No, it doesn't want to. So let's just have a look in this corner. I'm actually looking at the other ones and they're not in right neither. So I think what I might do is I might take it off and try again. I'm going to take it off and try again because I think that wire might be stopping it at the top there. Screw on. Come on, screw. Come on. Come on. It's the FM screw that's out. It's so close, but not close enough. Let's try lifting that again. No. It's not like it's stopping it. Very strange that is. Yeah. Actually fit nice that side, but doesn't fit very well this side. Oops. Oh. Dear oh dear. Right, let's try again. Let's see where we might think that there's something. I'll tell you what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to slightly loosen this side off a little bit on there. Okay, so that will give me a little bit of manipulation on that corner. Okay. There we are. Okay. So try again is the answer to the question, isn't it?
That is it.
Yeah. So I'm just having a look at all these other bits and bobs to make sure they're all in nicely. Yep, they're all in nicely. And them screws are all in nicely. Yep. Yep. And them screws. Yep. And then screws. Yep. Okay. Could it be that wire? Could be. It might be. Let's see if we can pull that wire down now. It's got none there. Tweezers. Grip it. Pull it. Okay, let it go. Is it trapped down that side? No. No, that's free. Okay. So it does look as though it may well fit this time. Let's have a look. Yeah, if I can get that in. Fits at the bottom. It fits nearly in the middle. Fits at the bottom. Alright. Okay.
Maybe another suggestion.
Yeah.
What about loosening the side panel, the side frame as well?
Yeah, I've done that.
Oh, you've done that.
Yeah, I've done that on the other side. Let me just do that on this side. And I'll do that on this side, then we've got an okay, whether we haven't or we haven't, then have we? Come on. Oh, goodness me. I'm just trying to hold it, stop it disappearing anywhere before it goes anywhere. There we are. Okay. So, yeah. So got this one undone, have we? Yeah, we've undone that one. We've undone that one. I don't think we'll need that one undoing. We've undone that one. We've undone that one. Yeah, we'll undo that one. Yeah, and we'll. Yeah, I don't think I need that one undoing. Now, because we've got a bit of movement there. Come on. Come on, you're nearly there. Not far off now. So it doesn't like going in square, to be honest. Right, I am going to try and get a screw in this corner. An FM. Okay. It seemed as though it nearly was going then. Right. It goes in and then comes out. Bit strange. Let's have a look. See what we can do. See if we can get an FM in there. Okay, so we're 2.5 hours into the stream. Okay. Okay, so is that going in? I don't think that's going in somehow. No, I don't think it is. Let's see if we can get it to go in. No, it's not going in the screw hole in that one. No, it's just not close enough. For some reason. Right, let's take that out and try again. Where did the screws go? There's the screw. Okay. Oh dear. The wire fell out. Okay, let's have a look. Come on. Doesn't want to play ball tonight. It doesn't, does it?
No, I think it's another one of those. It's got to be like lined up exactly, isn't it? So I had exactly the same, but mine was happened on the left-hand side.
Yeah,
I remember. And
I'm just going to put this down a second and have a quick look at this. This up here. I'm not entirely happy that it's exactly lined up. Right, I can see what the problem is. Got a screw hole line. There's a screw hole line there. That's not very good at all. Yeah, can see what the problem is there. There's a screw hole line there. Dear. Okay. And we're not going to be able to get to that without taking the side off. So yeah, we've got a screw that is actually sticking out for some reason. Oh, let's see.
Yes, because when you were trying to put that side panel on, there was a problem with the screw, wasn't there?
That's right. Yeah, there was. And it's as though it isn't sitting in a little, the little hole that you get given to sit the screw in. It's not sitting in the hole properly. So that's what the problem is. Yeah. Goodness me. So, right. I don't want to go up or down to sit in the hole properly. I don't know. Unbelievable. Yeah, I will have to investigate that, unfortunately, and I'll have to take it apart. But yeah, there is a screw at the other side of this metal bar here, and it's not sitting in they have like little dimples that they sit into, and the screw's not sitting in the little dimple for some reason, and I can't make it sit in it. And there is, there's a gap there. In fact, the bottom screw is exactly the same as well on the window there, Alex. Do you know the one that I mean?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, it's as though it's not sitting in them properly for some reason. So I'll have to investigate that. So anyway, that's easy to do. Take this side off, and thankfully I didn't tighten all these screws into the plastic. I only tightened the metal ones on. And so that's where I'm going to leave it tonight then. And now we've come up with a major problem. Well, it's not a major problem. It's actually a problem. Can you see the little divots here that the screw sits into on the facing part? I don't know whether you can actually. Maybe not be light enough. Move my camera in. And no, it's not light enough. I can't get enough light round to the front end of the bus. So, and I don't know if I can pick it up on this camera or not. It is a bit dark. I'm sorry about that. So let me try and explain. Where my screwdriver is pointing here, there is like a little divot, a hole, and your screws on the other side of the panel work fit into them little divots all the way along the bus on the inside. And what's happening is that the two screws at this side, one there and one there, aren't fitting into the little divots on the side of the bus there, making that stick out just a little bit, so making that, of course, not fit the front properly. So all I've got to do is take that side off and find out where. It's probably two screw holes, two divots that's not been drilled or something. It's lined up perfectly, but it's probably two divot holes that's not been drilled. That's probably what's happening there. Okay, so I'm going to leave the stream there. I'm going to always leave you wanting more, and obviously I've done 2.5 hours tonight, so I'm absolutely shattered. And to do it properly, I would much rather do it more carefully. So we'll have a second half to this on issue 90, stage 90 of Build the ROUTEMASTER, and that'll be coming up in a couple of days' time, and I'll show you exactly what the problem was. So, but yeah, that's exactly what the problem is. There is that they're not lining up, and so consequently the side of the bus there isn't lining up with the front here, and it's not going in that way, and so that could be my fault, or it could be just a couple of screw holes that's not been drilled properly, divot holes that's not been drilled. So anyway, goodness me, that's fantastic. Lovely stream we've had there. I'm going to come back on camera when I can find my camera. Goodness me.
Duff DMC says marathon build approaching 2.5 hours. Yeah,
marathon builds indeed. Thank you ever so much for that. Yeah, absolute marathon build. And yeah, we've got a double-decker bus at the end of the day.
We have.
And I don't think you guys would have anything like these problems, you know, because obviously you're not building them live like we are. And, you know, the pressures of building them on screen, etc., and to a time scale and everything else. So, and what I can honestly say is that this build is an absolute gem. It is fantastic. It really, really is. Things do line up properly. I can assure you that, and it could be something that I've not done correctly, or it's something that's just in the way in that corner there.
It could just be a bit of paint block or something in those holes.
Yeah, it could be a bit of plastic or something that's a bit of plastic mold that I've not seen that needs shaving off. But I'll try and let you know as best I can, and then we'll come back to it and we'll come and finish off stage 90 at another stage, at another stream later on. Goodness me.
Great, because at the end of the day for you guys, it's another show.
It's another show. Yeah. Yeah.
There is pros.
Okay, so goodness me. So right, okay, so we're Sunday night tonight. Monday tomorrow. Tomorrow night on the schedule it is the Disney Dolls House at 7 p.m. and that'll be on Crafty Chris's channel, Yorkshire Crafter's channel, and Jay's channel as well. So that'll be the Disney Dolls House. I don't think there's anything after it. And then Tuesday, we've got Crafty Chris's channel, and she'll be doing the Eddie Stobbart build on Tuesday. So the next one that comes along to our build. And then after that, it'll be Geordie Dave and Danno's Universe doing the Titanic, build the Titanic. Okay, so that's giving you a couple of dates to look at there. Going into my banners, I'll just run the Agora banner, and the Agora banner is, if you want this build, check out these guys at agoramodels.com, and they do produce some fantastic museum quality kits, and they're large scale, and they do, as I say, 12-month subscriptions, 24-month subscriptions, part subscriptions where they would send you 4 packs or something, or 6 packs, or even a full pack on certain builds. So yeah, agoramodels.com is the place to be for this fantastic model, and I can't honestly do it justice. I really can't. So anyway, that's how we can find this model. You can also join all these Facebook groups. We have Build the ROUTEMASTER 1/12 scale, ROUTEMASTER in capital letters. So we have all these Facebook groups that are running across the bottom here. And we have builds that connected to most of these Facebook groups as well. So for instance, we've got the Titanic, we've got the Eddie Stobbart, we've got the Volkswagen Camper, we've got the Disney Dolls House, and then the Northern Model Builders and Crafters Show, and then several other things as well. So in our community, down below in my description, you'll find Horlix, and you'll find everybody else in our community. Please pop along there and join their subscribe to their channels, because that's well worth joining. And lastly, I'd like to thank you all for sticking with me tonight. Goodness me, there's 7 people still watching. So after 2.5 hours build, it's been a mega build tonight, ginormous. We've actually got a double-decker bus. Yes, we have. So, and yeah, we're going to be sorting this out very shortly. I will be bringing a part 2 to stage 90 and stage 9, pack 9 stage 90, and I'll be finishing it off, and then we'll be starting pack 10, because we've got lovely pack 10 to start on now. So yeah, and we're on schedule now to finish around Christmas time. So yeah, with this red one,
which is not long away, really.
It's not long away, no, just 2.5 months really, aren't we? So yeah, not very far at all. So, right. Okay, I'll knock that off and I'll go back to the chat again. And if there's any more in the chat, and then we'll say our goodbyes.
Okay, so yeah, we've got one more at the moment. DMC says, well done, David. Serve a break.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, it's been a mammoth build this weekend. Of course, we did Saturday night and we've done Sunday night as well. So, and yeah, I'll be supporting Christine on Tuesday and the rest of the crew during the week as well, whatever they're doing. So I'll be trying to support them. Perhaps not in the chat, but in other ways. So, right, okay. So I am going to say, Horlix, thank you ever so much for helping me tonight. You've been an absolute star. Thank you ever so much. I couldn't have done it without you. And yeah, we've had an enormous amount of chat as we normally have. And yeah, thank you for being there and giving me the encouragement and everything to carry on. And I personally think I would have stopped at 89, but I then thought I'll carry on a little bit and see if I can get stage 90 done. Anyway, we didn't manage that one. So anyway, but we're mostly there, aren't we? So
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, especially as, you know, there is a little thing. It's really important to just stop, have a break, go back a bit, because it's really important that is straight, because you know, even if you did manage to get that to fit, when we come to put the panels on, may have been an issue there.
It wouldn't be straight, no. So it's you know, obviously you need to look back and see what's happened. I'm looking at it and thinking that it could be some plastic that's been in the way, and for them not to go into the little divots that's in each side. And I obviously, of course, haven't noticed them little plastic mold bits that's not there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what it is, because there's nothing else that's in the way, really. So with that, then I'll go back to my brand again, and I'll find my ending, and I'll end the show, and I'll say thank you ever so much for joining us tonight. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you all shortly. And if you want to say your goodbyes, Alex, that'll be much appreciated.
Yeah, no, brilliant build, and yeah, well done. That was a mammoth build tonight. A lot of steps to do, which is great. You know, it's nice when you have a lot to do, and it, as I say, it's brought a lot of it together now. So but in turn, it's going to be harder for you to film. Because but I'm sure you'll manage it.
We'll manage. Okay, all right. So good night, everybody. Thank you ever so much. Good night now.